All right, time to check in now with the Liberty men's soccer team. We're catching up here with freshman Matthew Zajac on LibertyFlames.com. Flames will be in action coming up here this Saturday night, taking on the Wofford Terriers here at Osborne Stadium. Matthew, thanks for taking a couple minutes for us. What's your freshman year been like so far?
It's been good. The guys are great. The Christian community around the team's great. Coaches are really pushing us hard. We're trying to get into the swing of things more. We're seeing a lot more success on the field the past couple of games, and hopefully this weekend we will show out and kind of show everybody that we're a serious team and we can compete.
Getting a lot of minutes here this year, Matthew. I'm sure that it's probably not a big surprise to you. I mean, you're a pretty good player coming in here, obviously, but I guess how are you handling the workload of college soccer?
I love it. Every minute is so much fun. Playing in front of actual fans is actually kind of fun instead of your mom and dad. But I'm loving it. I'm super blessed to even get some minutes from the coaching staff. So hopefully get more. I'll keep working hard so I do that.
You've been playing center mid here this year. How's that going for you so far? How are you picking up the position?
It's good. There's a lot of good leadership where I'm at. Kevin and Pepe and Sean do a really good job of teaching me the position better, making me be a better player. There's good leadership and good communication between those players, so it's good.
How is the blend on this team as far as veteran leadership and the youth as well?
It's a good mixture. There's a lot of good leadership, but there's also a lot of good just newcomers that look up to everybody. So the communication is it's pretty good, and it allows for players to be able to step up, and the leaders will push the younger players. So it's a good mixture. It really does help.
Tough way to go out last week against East Tennessee State, a 1-0 loss here at home. They're a very good program, though. How do you bounce back after that and take care of business here this weekend?
Yeah, I think we just need to take our chances. I don't think we were creative enough on the offensive end, and we need to do a better job this weekend against Wofford. And to just compete better. I didn't think we were first to the ball every time, and we weren't fighting as hard as we usually do. So this weekend we'll come out and it'll be a different result.
What's college been like for you, aside from soccer, just going to class and being here on Liberty's campus?
It's busy, but you're a college athlete. It's expected, and classes are great. Love the teachers. Convo's great. Campus community. Getting to know the guys in your quad, it's a really good experience. I love how Liberty has that set up. Love the dorms. The food's great. Everything's going really well, yeah.
Yeah, I actually stayed in the quads as well, so that's kind of funny that you're out there. But so you like the community then, the fellowship. I mean, you gotten to know a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm getting some really good relationships and growing a lot spiritually, which is what's most important. And I'm growing with a lot of friends, and besides soccer guys. That's the key. Having a better community even outside of this is so important. And I'm really getting that a lot.
Know what you want to major in yet?
Business, finance. I want to wear a shirt and tie, hopefully, just for a few years every day. I like that idea, but we'll see what the Lord has in store for me. So I'm just
awesome.
Submitting into His will.
Awesome. Matthew, appreciate the time. Wish you the best of luck coming up against Wofford.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, catching up now with the head men's soccer coach here at the Liberty Flames, Jeff Alder, as the Flames get set to host the Wofford Terriers here on Saturday night at Osborne Stadium. And, Coach, matchup we'll talk about here in just a couple of moments, but first let's kind of recap the season to this point. 3-2-1 coming in here to this weekend. Probably feel like that the last week's game against East Tennessee State could have gone differently, but overall just kind of assess your team after the first 6 games.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We've played a very good schedule. We're 3-2-1, and I really think we're probably a kick away, maybe a bounce away, possibly a call away from being undefeated. I think the 2 games that we lost probably could have been draws. But we talked about it. Our verse of the week was from James 1:12, and it talked about, blessed is the one who endures trials, because that person, if he stands the test, will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him. And it was the perfect verse for the week when I flipped up my phone Monday and we saw that verse and we shared it with the guys, because we have been tested and tried through these games. We had a very disappointing loss to East Tennessee State, where they scored a great header. We had equalized with 10 minutes left, and unfortunately they called a player possibly offsides. We've looked at the video and we tell the team we don't blame the officials, we don't blame the opposition, we just control what we can control. And unfortunately, it was a call that did not go our way, and ultimately we lost the game. But we've been tested and tried through these games. We went up to Dayton and won that prestigious Dayton Flyer tournament. And the first night, we had a guy who got 2 yellow cards that we didn't understand. So we had to play down a man for almost 45 minutes. And we got a draw against IPFW, which put us in the championship game against Dayton. And we beat Dayton 1-0 on their home field. And so even in that tournament, we were tested and tried. And so life for us mirrors soccer. Soccer mirrors life. And so these tests, these trials, talking from the book of James and how we're going to go through stuff and how do we respond to that stuff. And so I thought Monday, coming off a very, very disappointing loss where we're a bounce or two away from getting a tie and then maybe having a chance to win the game in overtime, we were tested and tried. And so I thought Monday we came back and our guys were disappointed. But yet they were resilient. And so we've got to stand the test of time in order to move forward. And I like the makeup of this group.
How about your leaders? How have they stepped up on this team, guys like Trey Soar and others?
We're very blessed. Leadership's plural for us. And Nico Bellardi is organizing us from the back. Right away, Trey Soar and Kevin are going to be marked men every time we step on the field. Those guys are guys that people are trying to shut down. But their energy, their enthusiasm, each of them lead in different ways. And so we're very blessed that we've got a lot of guys with great characteristics. And then now you've got this next group of guys coming in, Brogan Ingbers, Matthew Zajac, Trent Tarnstrom, young guys who are all trying to lead in different ways. Evan Godfrey's playing a lot of minutes. And so for us, you're trying to groom that next batch of guys that are coming through to be leaders. And so we really like overall the makeup of our group. We like the fact that they were so crushed and devastated by that loss, but yet they came back Monday and there was still some residue there, but they didn't let that affect their performance or their attitude or their energy level. And so we've got a lot of guys who we think will allow us to overcome some of the obstacles that have been placed in our path. And that's part of life. Things are not always going to go your way. Some bounces, some calls, something that the opposition is going to put in front of us will happen. And we just got to respond and move forward. And so we've talked to the boys about these are all teachable moments, learning experiences, and we're hoping it's going to allow us to grow into a championship team over time.
You mentioned Trey Soar as a marked man. Still got about a half dozen goals and not even halfway through the season yet. I think you told me he wanted to have, 20 goals at the beginning of the year? Seems like he might be on his way.
Yeah, he's definitely on his way. I mean, his mindset is how can I influence the game? And whether it's a goal, an assist, maybe drawing a foul in a dangerous area, but he's special. He's very special, and he's got a lot of guys around him. Obviously, with Kevin Mendoza, Bobby Bynum's coming off the bench, giving us big minutes. Rigo Rojas is doing well as a target. We've got other guys fighting for time up there. But Trey Soar is a guy that you can't count out because he's always looking to find a goal or find an assist. And he actually set up the tying goal against East Tennessee State that was unfortunately, taken off the scoreboard, but he was even involved in that critical moment. And so he's always going to be sniffing around for something, and he's chasing 20 goals because he wants to, again, help the team get to that championship level, and he knows if he can get goals and assists, that's going to put us on our way to compete for that championship.
Well, last thing here, Coach, let's look at the Wofford Terriers coming in here to Osborne Stadium Saturday night at 7 o'clock. A team that is winless on the season so far, 0-7, but you've lost your last couple of games to them over the last couple of years. You know that you can't take them lightly. Give us a scouting report on the Terriers, a team that's played a lot of Big South schools so far.
Yeah, no, they've unfortunately had some things not go their way. Ralph does a great job. They're organized, they're disciplined, they're competitive. And the only thing we've got to look at is our last two results with them, where we lost a 1-goal game at their place and we lost a close game here at our place. And so the last 2 times we've played them, it has not gone our way. And so our guys know you flush the records. You don't look at any of the stats or any of that stuff. We just have to go out and do what we do in terms of playing the right way, creating scoring opportunities. And then we've got to continue our team defense, which, collectively our defensive responsibility has been off the charts. We've given up 2 goals in the last 300 minutes. And so our team defense has been good enough. Now we've got to find some more goals to hopefully get on top of some of these games.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck coming up Saturday night.
All right, thanks again, Nick. Go Flames.
That's Jeff Falder, the head coach of the Liberty men's soccer team. Again, it's Liberty and Wofford here on this field, Osborne Stadium, Saturday night at 7 o'clock. In Lynchburg for the Liberty Flames Sports Network, I'm Nick Pierce.